Hello from Valencia. Valencia is in the northeastern part of Trinidad and Tobago. Right now I'm on a farm in Tattoo Trees. And I'm really excited about this episode because I'm going to meet a farmer named Mr. Bunky and find out about the work that he does. Good morning. What's the name of this place, sir? This area is called?
Yeah, this is just beyond Plantation Road. Coming down there to the river. Well, there's Paradise Lane right up here there. And this is going up the Tattoo Trees. Yeah,
but in general, it's Valencia?
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows
Bunky.
And Bunky is Mr. Bat's nephew. So some months ago, we would have visited Bunky's farm in Valencia here.
Right.
And he gave me some sweet potato slips. And I planted those sweet potato slips. And when we came here, I was so intrigued with the area, Lasana, that I thought one day I want to revisit here. Because driving through is an area that, well, I guess it's quarry and you're seeing the evidence of.
So we're going to see a bit of quarry action and a bit of farming?
Yes, certainly.
Nice.
Because you're going through the quarry, because where I farming is through the quarry down to the edge of the river. So you'll be there and you will see exactly. So this is Tattoo Trees corner here. Tattoo Trees is one of the places that are developed for the last 2-3 years plenty, because the government has done justice by giving the people in current, and you know, everybody would now have some necessities that make their life better.
Everybody want to enjoy.
Yeah, of course, of course. For the last 5 years they developed rapid. They have plenty houses and plenty people from all over come around. Wasn't always like that. I've seen people here who I've never seen day to day. So it have a lot of people still coming in.
Yeah, pack of peanuts.
Yeah, I got to take a pack of cashew nut.
No, I find really cool, so thanks.
You sure why don't
Yeah, man.
Don't be bashful here.
I'm not bashful at all.
Aye.
It's always such a pleasure to come to our parlor,
What are
boy.
you telling me?
You find business good, or you want people to
This
get
is-
more employment so they could come and spend more money? That is the thing you want to hear, no? That's what we want to hear, no, Mr.
Cheers.
Raj.
Yeah. Hey, thank you very much, sir. I
Yeah,
appreciate
no
it.
problem.
Yeah.
I want people to get more jobs so they could come and spend money. And right now people don't have money, people don't have jobs.
Pigtail, snacks, waka oil, etc. Phone cards.
Yeah. Mr. Raj, you don't sell fine?
Neck
Shopping
rice.
fine.
Yes, sir.
Right, good. So what happens is if somebody asks for something and he hasn't have it, certainly you got to put it in place so that next time, you know, so that's what it is. If you get fittings for pipe.
Yeah,
and
see,
everything,
fit is so fine, amazing.
You don't look joke
I
on
want to know why
boy.
they have that and they have no pipe.
The boss, they could take down that. When last did people see Joe Gum, boy?
I haven't seen this in ages. I didn't even know they still make this.
When last you see Joe Gum? They one of the hardest chewing gum in the
Yeah.
world, you know. You're chewing this, what may all your jaw hurting, yes?
People still send their children to parlor, boy. You know, when I think about the flexibility we had to run and go parlor.
But here you will always find that because
Oh, yeah, they have $20
the main
for
road
the
busy. So you find that once you are in back roads like this, you will still see children running to the parlor and such like. But what happens is when you see you living on the main road, and on that road is a very dangerous road. Know how to open it up. Can't miss on that road, you know. Even drivers ought to be real mindful that you can't miss on that. Them truck and
That
them.
road real dangerous and we
What?
have men and them that drive real hard.
Some of them truck that want to make 10 load for the day
Yeah,
like
check
because
Yeah, them truck.
No, I get thanks.
Them break my windscreen outside there, you know.
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
Them truck coming down the corner hard, break my windscreen, you know.
you see?
You understand? I had to go and change it.
Yeah, because there's pebbles that will stick up between the groove of the tires.
No, it fall off from on the tray.
Oh, the tray.
Yeah, there was
That's
empty
why they
speed
have-
coming up the road.
That's why you ought to cover down your whole. Your
Cost
whole
me
and secure it.
$1,600 to bring the people here. The glass people and them to change it, you know.
I know.
But they have certain regulations when they transporting gravel.
Yeah, but you're supposed to go right around your truck and tap down the little edge with a shovel and cover it properly. But when man busy, man is studying that.
I'm starting to make
I lost
money.
my windscreen and me ain't gonna run down no truck. Sometimes you do some a stone flower and crack your glass. And they take it, eh? They sure take it, you know.
Yeah, I big charges.
Boy, they go do. Not only take it, you lost some points for that too.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Raj.
Yes.
Take it.
Nice to meet you. I enjoy the cold cooks.
Nice man.
This was always a quarry area, but time to time they shut down and then we start and such like. But a couple of years ago, the government would have leased out a lot of quarrying plot.
This is a Mr. Bat cutlass case in the back here?
Yes. Oh, you make it out.
I'm making out, man.
Morning,
How
good
you
morning.
doing?
Fine, thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, you don't take me
No, my camera not pointed at you, ma'am.
So you're gonna dress up for it to take you out because you know what them interests is more like to highlight the life of the people inside here.
Oh, go inside here in a bad state.
Who's the lady we want to talk to? Come up here, we coming back.
Now you see that there's no pipe-borne water in the back here.
No.
So how do these people get water?
If you look at all those people at the tank set up there, they would catch the water from the galvanized and store it. So and they have plenty tanks, so they will have a supply for a long time until the rain comes back.
Okay, so
And
a lot of rain harvesting in this area.
Yes. And in the dry season, the regional corporation, if you look right there, so you will see that they have a tank on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Sandy Grande regional would have time to time refill it to service the community.
Okay, so they have a couple of those tanks well?
Well, as we have one here, there's another one right over the road, so I'm certain about two.
Definitely, I will see that from looking at the amount of dwelling homes around here. That tank is going to empty out in within a day.
What happens is the people who desire the more chlorine water for drinking and such like, that is where they may try to harvest that and protect it. They have some little containers and things, they will use that for inside use, cooking and drinking and such like. And they of course will use the rainwater for washing and otherwise. Hey, this morning. All you going? Oh, so all you in work today? Alright. Them just do a little work with me time to time, pick harvest peppers and such like. Seems as though like they end up till for today. The agriculture areas in this part is more on the river edge where water would be accessible. So those are the places that is the river straight ahead of us, where the forest looking like it forested.
Yes.
And then the river going straight back on the river. Both sides of the river where it have little flat areas.
When I came here with Mr. Bat, there was a tractor tilling this land.
Yeah, it was like down there.
Yes.
To the left here?
Hold on and have a better view. Or we could park up by the ranch and we'll take a walk.
Yeah, like park up by the ranch and we'll come back.
So it's real
So you tried sweet potato, you tried pumpkin.
Yeah, you know.
You talk about losing your way because pimento was always your thing.
Yeah, of course.
So you're back to pimento.
Yes, I think that is just what I have to do.
This is your place here?
Well, the thing is, his mines are alive.
Okay.
On the day that after harvest, it will be too much to harvest by myself. So these are people from the community who just glad for a little thing to move on with their life, because it's not like the government able to employ everybody. So maybe 1 day or 2 days for the week I just employ them when I have to harvest, and they too could have something to kind of satisfy the family when the day comes. We just have to be happy for what we're able to have. And what we're able to have is, this is national quarry land that I doing a little farming on. And yes, they had given me notice to not do any operation that I would stand to loss when they're ready for the place. But how they ain't ready for it one time, I taking my chance and planting, and a lot of people has benefit from it. People that, you know, who ain't employed, whenever I could offer them a day work time to time, they still have something. As I say, we trust that it could continue like this until, you know, maybe the end of the time reach, we would have been able to live our life then. And that is just what it is. We just want to live. We didn't want to be unjust to the system. And I say much could be done to make it better. Because even in my case, I don't have any rebate as for if I get flood out and such like, because they doesn't deem a person who is squatting to be, cause I apply for farmer's badge and such like, and I would deny because they say no, you has any land tenureship and such like, so you wouldn't be able to, have that. So So that's where I am at. So I had to stand my losses. Look like I remember I got some flood here. I lost thousands that I couldn't recover. Up to now I ain't recover. Because those losses is not like when you do something and you be successful in the future, that would have been anything that was given back. That was meant for you in the future, you just didn't get it then, but you get it now. In this quarry land, and this is quarry land, right? This is land that they use for quarrying. And look how those landers produce.
Beautiful.
But they would still prefer give a man a paper to quarry, and gravel you can't eat. And where a man planting food that you could eat, he would be denied, because I don't know who benefits in it, but anything I benefit is what I make. And I'm looking forward to much at this time in my life, because the truth is, you don't know, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, we may not be here. So what is the use in grabbing things that you can't carry? You remember Uncle Bertie?
He always tell me that.
And that's the truth. And now in my life, I come to take that as the reality is, that you carry is nothing, so there's no use in fighting. So, like if today, tomorrow, the government may come and say, hey, you have a month to harvest and move away. Thanks for the time that I was here and move on.
You wonder how easy that would be to say though, eh?
No, I don't know that will be the outcome, so to the end of the day I will accept it. And then I have a other piece, so that when this piece kind of next month or two and this production starts to drop, I will have now a younger piece to pick up. So I will be consistent with my market. You know, marketing is something that people want to know, that when they call you or make an order, you'll be able to supply. And if you have a field and you wait till it finished to plant back, you will have a gap with luck. So in order to have a constant thing, you will have to, before a field go through, you'll have to already have a field coming. And that is where we at. So I have a field on the other side here that I now plant. Again, I was some rain God here in me. And Lord, I know you never forget me. We will get some rain. We'll get some rain before weekend. Yeah. So the world will see.
We just want the right amount.
How great is our God. And that is where we at. We at a place where we could challenge with God. Once you're walking in His way, you could challenge Him. And He don't let you down. And if He doesn't send the rain, He know better. He has something better than the rain to send.
Now, I know you will be looking at high productivity.
Yeah, because see, I plant with high intensity. See how close I plant? Now, these type of trees, yes, you could have planted one here and one quite here. And eventually, they would have touched. But it would take them a year to touch. But in 6 months, I have this tree and this tree here. That would give me the production the same amount in 6 months. A permanent tree could last a year and even more. Once you plant it at a good distance, continue to sanitize, root drench, and your land preparation have plenty to do with it. If you recognize, watch how I have drains between all my beds to take out the water. Because Valencia is a real rainfall place I'm talking about. Because of the forest, you get intense rainfall, much more than elsewhere in the country. Valencia and Sandy Grande. So when you're planting in these areas, drainage is important.
Right.
Good drainage.
So this high production that you're looking for, after how many months you will look at?
I would say 6 months I should already have another field established.
And then what, you will let this one rally for another 6 months, or you will root out and replant?
According to the weather condition and how the field looking, I will know now if it's feasible to maintain it or if it's feasible just to remove it.
To replant.
Yeah. But rainy season may not be the ideal time to plant pepper, but you have to market right through, and there's people who depend on your everyday file something to do. So you would want to have something all the time for them. But the best time to really plant is out of the rain into the dry. Like from October month is the best time to plant in Valencia. Let's get the whole dry season from January to June. You'll be harvesting for 6 months then.
I get the impression you spend a lot of time at work.
Well, I've been doing it for a little while since I come to Valencia.
What you do for fun?
When hunting season, I like to hunt. Pick up my dog and then I take a little walk in the bush and enjoy it. If I make a catch, I make a cook and that kind of thing. I like that.
You have a favorite type of animal you like to hunt?
No, anything my dog run and it pass by me, once it unlawful to shoot it. My dogs that hunt like guti, deer, lap, them kind of thing. But I hardly do night hunting because it's dangerous now. So I more go in the daytime.
Dangerous in what sense? Animals?
Yeah, well, you see, the night have a lot of dangers, and now it's so it's so dangerous with people too, because when you see you have to leave your place unattended to, and you have to study safety and security with your licensed firearm in the bush, around a set of people who, you know what I mean? That man will sit down behind a tree and wait for you and want to hit your piece of wood and take up your gun.
I would often hear people express that life is really so different today
Yeah.
than it was growing up in the 70s, 60s and whatnot.
Safety and security.
Is it really very different?
Yeah. It really is. You can't trust nobody now.
Okay, so for instance, when you think back to your boy days, what would stand out the most to you as a boy? Life then was a lot better.
Well, when you're around people, there wasn't much to worry about. But now, when you're around people, you have to study how you're talking, how you're sharing your private things, because them meditating crime, boy.
Is there anything you've shared with me so far that you would like me to not share with the world?
No, I am an open book. It's not like to say.
Okay.
I just say things that I wouldn't, or deny things that I say. So all that I tell you, I have no problem with the world hearing me. People tend to trust people too much, and that is why most of the time things happen. If people would study back where they went wrong, they would realize that something they had let down the guard with, and that is what it becomes. So you have to always be mindful. You have to careful. You have to careful around people. You can't trust nobody. You will know people for 20 years and you really don't know them, because some event will come up and you will question yourself and say, but if I didn't know he so, you wouldn't know he so. I sometimes think you will do and all. You, when you're done do it, you will say, but I didn't even know I so. It's a human thing. So why you will let down your guard from that? It's a human thing. People, is where you entertain is what you become. And you're wrong clown, you will think like a clown. If you are wrong people that positive and want to meditate on good things, that's why the best group to be is people who want to sit at the feet of Jesus and listen to his words. Yeah, he teaches the best thing that mankind could apply to their life and be better people. But they don't want to hear about that either. If Jesus come back today, they shoot him with sling and shot in the eye, because the bad boy, the terrible boy, Baptiste. Baptiste is a terrible little. Well, of course, Kevin, you will give something together. So they don't have to remain together. Everybody finish, right? Yeah. What makes Kevin will finish? You take care of them, boy, and whoever wants to go with them, you're going to just pick out a little bit of pepper by the Baba, right? Yes. You do let the song come out to what? When are they ready, you'll go and beat it. Yeah, of course. Man videotaping me, I'm like I don't walk by them.
That's exactly what I'm trying to come to.
This man goes, this man is a boss man that only sit down and rock boy.
You only want to sit down in the hammock and rock.
I say gardening is not the most attractive thing that any young person would enjoy running into, because there's a lot of implication and hardship if it does not has a strong mind and things like that. You're going to run out of it and say garden is the worst thing it has, because when I was a young fella, a lot of my family used to plant garden too, and one of the things with gardening is that you ought to have a parcel of land that you could do your farming on. You have to have a love for it, and also you have to be close to it. Gardening would be one of the hardest venture if you live in away from your farm. I know people does it and they just find, I mean, they don't have a choice, because where they live in, they don't have the amount of land to farm. So they just have to go to the garden. But if a man want to venture into garden and he could have a parcel of land in which he could stay on his land and farm, but he could enjoy that. But in the morning early you wake up, and according to you talk, before 9 o'clock you make a real nice day work in your land where you could enjoy in the cool of the morning. you could relax whole day, and in the evening again, if 5 o'clock meet you and you realize you have a piece of work from 5 to 5:30, 6, you could do a nice piece of work again. And that will make you happy to know that, hey, I do something well for the day.
Don't sit down and rock too long, eh?
Alright, I realize that. You go take off a little piece in that now. Shorten my rocking.
So what they usually use buckets and then we'll come back to the bags.
Yes, certainly. Yes.
Easier to walk through the fields with the buckets.
Definitely. If I see them dragging a bag through the field, I will tell them no. That.
Yeah, it'll damage the like the branches and.
Yeah, of course. And then on a rainy day, the bags and will be too muddy.
Okay.
Right? Today we get a nice day because it has sun. But when rain falling, here is the weeds, a lot of mud.
Well, I noticed what they're doing is they're picking out the full ones.
Yeah, and the ripe ones.
And hopefully, like in about 3 days again,
It will be
you'll
more
be.
than that, about a week. Providing we get rain to pull up the younger ones. But if the rain doesn't fall, it will take longer. It may take a week and a half to 2 weeks to pass back. And then the trees and them will get more weak because they ain't getting the water. So we ain't get rain. Rain is the life, you know. Water is life.
Yes.
That will determine how fast they will full, how they will progress with every area.
This markings here, this purple markings is some like pepper bean in the bucket?
No.
Okay.
Certain green pepper just like this one here, so yeah, this is our full pepper.
So I noticed you didn't pick these peppers here, that's
No,
how.
no.
What's the reason you didn't pick that?
Them half full. He's soft still. This one is after be stiff. The pepper itself, the texture have to be stiff.
We were talking earlier about you being seeing yourself as a servant of God, right?
Yeah,
And in talking to you so far,
Mm-hmm.
I get the impression that you're deeply invested or even feel a sense of responsibility for people and who live in your community.
Yeah, of course. I can't do what I'm doing by myself, so it will have a opportunity for other people to be a part of. And my understanding is that God may have blessed me with the ability and that with other people in mind. So why should I be selfish with other people's thing? Because if God had to bless one of the most, how to say, noble person there, he could just use me as a channel to get them a day work so that they could have something to take home to their family. But one thing I know the Bible says that God created man and he had placed them in a garden. So with my limited, I say, yes, there are people who say, well, he has to see it as that. Yes, I see it as that and I'm satisfied to see it as that. Because I've seen the blessings that garden could bring to somebody. It's God who does make our plan be, you know.
Right.
And God is the one who does fix the price, you know. And God is the one who does order a man to plan something in the time in which he would get the best price and it would be to suit how God says it could be. All the resources that you would be able to reach to make that garden come is what God provides. So why doesn't you see it as, yes, God had a plan. God had a plan for man to made them and put them in a garden and tell them live in abundance. And still, man would mess it up, and we still does mess it up. Because I does mess it up too sometimes. Trust that God know that my heart is always to know that I can't make it without him. Even when we mess up, we talking about a loving God. Once we could go to him in humbleness and say, God, I try on my own and you see that I fail, but I intend to continue failing and help me to be better. You talking about a God who could restore you. Because there are a lot of people who he has been merciful to, but they are not here anymore. And when you look at the circumstance, you can say, boy, God really good to me, because look at, that man didn't come through from that, but look, I come through from that. There are people who just fall down on a chair and hit their head and die. There are people who will fall from a building 30 feet and they're still alive. How we could explain that? So that is what I'm talking about.
So you from Tattoo Trees, brother? Yeah, okay. What side you from?
From Valencia.
Valencia.
Up in very clinic side of it. Can't pack up into bill. Can't come down any back here.
Oh, the condition of the road.
Yeah.
Because I come here about a year and a half ago.
The road was a little better. Right now it's very well bad.
Production, eh?
Nice production.
For real.
Well, boss.
Budget. No, but man don't do that. God does that. Son? Now I ain't take that.
I think it's the heaviest set of load I ever see on
Yeah, all those trees that were bent down.
on
Like
pimento
we
trees.
Remove a lot of peppers from these trees. But there was a time, like just before we harvest the last 2-3 days, we had gotten rain and the soil was soft, and it's because of the amount of weight the tree had that would pull them this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many of these buckets you usually pick on a day?
About 10.
10. And how long that would take? So
Half day.
half day, 10 buckets. Anytime I pick up like a socks out of a package, I will always wonder about, you ever buy like these socks or underwear or whatever, and it have like little pieces of tape on it, and I would often wonder about the person who put that tape there. Maybe it's a machine, but in some cases I would often wonder about the tape. And can you imagine the different parts of the world where people probably eating what you harvest and they appreciate it? I always wonder where things come from.
Nice talking with you.
Where you from? Yeah? Alright, I have been to Venezuela already. I like your country, man, and your food. That is a big, beautiful bucket of peppers. How long have you been doing this type of work?
For a very long time, I guess. Since we moved up Valencia, I was just a youth man when I come up here, about 12 years I had. And my mother, the only source of income was gardening. She was gardening, and from there, after she died, everything kind of collapsed. So we ended up in the next garden here now, working as well. So it's a normal routine for us, yes.
I am trying to develop a passion for the land.
Okay, well, when we come into food, this is food, and we all have to eat. So we need to plan the land as well. What you said about that? What do you think about that?
Yes, I believe we need to plan the land, particularly with the interest of who coming behind us,
Okay,
the children.
the population are coming.
Unlike you, I did
Yeah.
not grow up on the land.
Okay,
So I wonder if there's a part of me that, because I miss it in my childhood, so to say, I often see the work effort behind it.
okay.
Make sense?
Yeah,
To go outside, and why it may be so ingrained in you that hey, I go outside, I tend to my plant. There's a part of me that says, I have to go outside and see what I plant again. But I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong, but it's a feeling that I have not yet been able to beat.
okay.
It might just be pure laziness, you tell me.
Probably where you grew up in.
And then between responsibilities that I have, work,
Yeah.
family,
Well,
Cleaning
I
the
guess
house.
we all have family here.
yes,
We all have family, and we need to take care of the family. We cannot go in the streets and beg. How long could we have that work off a week? So we'll work. It's okay. Hard work don't kill no one. It just make them stronger.
I have an office job.
Okay.
And through that office job, I would be yes, out in the field doing stuff like this now with you.
Okay. Hey, excuse me.
Sure, you go ahead. Well, let me ask you this question. If you had an office job where you're spending about 8 hours or more per day, would you still make time for the garden?
It would be kind of tough to say, knowing the kind of work it is. Maybe in your case, like a field agent or the case. But yeah, I might have time.
And what you would do it in the morning or in the evening?
More in the evening time, like more like a recreation to always have food, as I say. That is a saving for all of us.
What's your name, sir?
Ray.
Ray?
Yeah. Ray is my name. And I'm from Valencia.
Ray, you have a real pleasant voice, sir. I love your hat and I like your vibes. And I look forward to meeting you again.
Okay then, you take care.
Thanks for chatting. I just visit different places in Trinidad. In fact, my mission is to start visiting a little bit more communities in Trinidad. Okay, so here's what we'll do. I would give all them a phone number, and we could, what I'm really trying to do is kind of like link in a, let me say, with an elder in the village, and move through the village with that person. So my number is 487
487
91
91
15. You know how long I see a flip phone, right?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying lifting up the name of the God that I connected to, which is Jesus. Amen? And I know that He too is pleased with me. And in fact, I believe that He had allowed all this so that today I could tell the world what I'm telling them. That Jesus is the way. He does make a way where there seems to be no way. He's one who could make the impossible possible. I could tell anybody, Mr. Baptiste, if they serve God for 6 months faithful, something going to happen in their life, that all the years that they have behind them, they wouldn't be encouraged to go back and be that. But what happens is man does feel by serving God, you just miss out on drinking a beer and having a woman at the side, and also smoking a cigarette. It have men who believe serving God is a lady's thing, you know? But it take a real man to serve God, Mr. Baptiste. And if you serve God, He does make foolish people look smart. I'm telling you. That's how I see it. And that's the truth. So I'm happy to tell you all that, Mr. Baptiste.
And I'm happy to be here with my brother Lasada to
And you know,
receive the
Mr.
message.
And I must say, it wouldn't be justice to tell both of you the same. That if it is that you all have tried a lot of things and then find the happiness and the peace that God wants you to live in, serve God for 6 months, Mr. Baptiste. Any Sunday evening you're available, come up and let me sing and clap and glorify the Lord. And you will see how different it will be. I'm telling you that, Mr. Baptiste. It's a real thing. God only wants we to make one step to Him, and He waiting to run towards us. And that is something to experience. I grew up in Sunday school knowing the ways of God, but at a certain time when I reach a age, I venture out there and not make a mess of myself, but I try some things that I thought had happiness. But those pleasures that just be for a little while. But just to know that you are the favor of God, to know that whatever your venture is, He's the one who could set apart, you could be successful. That excites me more than the things I used to do as a young fella growing up. And I do some things, I can't make mention of all of it, but you know, I had some ventures that would make you shame of yourself, Mr. Baptiste. Become man like that. Man just find themselves doing things that really degrading, you know. Yeah, it does. Maybe you not never gone there, but I've been some places.
I have, unfortunately, and like you,
You come
I
to
appreciate where I am today by the grace of
yourself. You
God.
come to yourself and you find your way.
So for a young person looking for employment in tattoo trees,
Well, I can't
you have two options.
Right now,
you have
staff.
quarrying,
Right now, okay.
you have quarrying, or you have the garden.
Yes, of course. Once they could apply themselves. But you know,
But
Mr.
is there any more that seems more attractive to the young people, like for the Hey, they go with the quarrying because it's quick money or...
Well, the thing is, Mr. Baptiste, I don't think that there's anything like easy money, you know. But what happened is it has people who believe that they could have easy money. That was causing this amount of crime today. But once you count the cost, and garden, like they say, is not for the swiftest. It's the endurance in garden is what could make you be successful. Because I've seen some real ugly time in garden, you know. So as I say, I see some days when you could barely eat a plate of food, but what you could do, if you like it, it will get better. And if you continue and be consistent, it does get better. Yes, I trust God.
Between the gardening and the quarrying, would you get the young people more coming towards the gardening?
Well, you see, quarrying is just to excavate and sell. Gardening had to wait a couple months with a lot of maintenance and input.
Yeah.
It's so I kind of the very best way I can explain.
How do people get in touch with you, like if they want to make purchases?
Oh yeah, I have a number 377-1280. That is my number. So if they're looking for nice pimentos, they have, you know. And what happens is for exporters, what we does, we give them premium peppers. So it's not like what you're seeing in the bag you just get. We just choose out the best for those people who ship peppers, so they can have a nice quality. Okay. Watch, Anton, if you find only almost reach the amount, don't pick no set of green, scrape out all the right for me now.
What's your thoughts on giving up? Asking that question from the point of view of, you know, you face so much uncertainty. Sometimes the weather is a blessing, but you get some licks because of it.
Well, the thing is, it hardly have any option right now to give up. You know, if you give up, you have to lie down and there. That's a good way to say. Yeah,
So how do you know when to give up?
No, I enjoy what I'm doing. It's not like, you know, I could do anything else. Just sit down and do anything. That, mentally, that will kill you. Yeah, it's true.
So you think a man should always be working?
Yeah, but you know, you try to do things, not work hard, work with sense. You know, working is not only working with strength, because even when you get older, you must be more wise. As you get older, you put things in place, so you could still do more, but with less strength. You will do more with what you had learned. And that's what it is. Fair enough, Mr. Asana?
Sounds really good to me.
Yeah, that's what it ought to be. If a man reach our old age and he still had to work hard, it tell that he didn't do too well, you know.
Can we stop here 1 second?
Yes, certainly.
Ready to know what to carry our bread.
These avocado green.
Yeah, they're green.
Yeah,
But it's a nice avocado, eh? It's ripe fast. Alright, sweet and nice.
You have sliced bread?
Right now, we only have hops bread alone remain.
We have a nice little river by us there, you know, Mr. Lyndon. Yeah, real nice, like. If you want to come with the family and enjoy it a little time, anytime. It's kind of weather you enjoy the best. Same kind of river like Cora River.
In this, no,
that
you're
is
saying
the
something
truth.
in this
That
life.
is the truth. That is the truth.
In this life, if everybody like you, something wrong.
Definitely. But when you know that you had to, people don't like you for no reason, just know that there's one who allowing that, so that if you return that same, you ain't gonna reach to it, but love them back. Love them when they love you, and go the distance. Make them to know that, boy, I didn't do anything to you for you to feel that way about me, but I still love you in spite of, and boy.
So you think that is what, like a sifting experience we have to go through?
Of course it is. That bring out the best in you, and it could bring out the worst in you. If it bring out the worst in you, you're being defeated. But if it bring out the best in you, it mustn't make you bitter, it must make you better. And we good with that? That's what we talking about. Because boy, I tell you, it's have people who you don't do nothing at all, and you ask yourself, and you will do the best, you'll give them. And let me tell you something, it's sad to say, that if it is, that you give them things thinking that they would like you, they won't. They will just like you for what they could get from you. But at the end of the day, when tomorrow reach, they will feel the same way about you. They just didn't like you yesterday, they won't like you today. That's why it is by Baptiste, by. Horesh! Oh! Hey, Sally! So, we don't have to We don't have to record, but you can walk across there. They would like to know you because they look at some of your videos and such like.
Okay.
I'm my
nice.
assistant now.
Nice.
So let's go now.